Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O my Lord, I offer my respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet. Before reciting this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the personality of Godhead Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Shrimantan Svakata Krishna, Punya Sarvana Kirtana, Kridyantato Hyavadrani, Vidhunote Sukhirsatam. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, or super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire from material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who relishes his message, which are in themselves virtues when properly heard and chanted. Nastapraye sabhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati utamashloken bhakti bhavati naishtaki. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and love and service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established by irrevocable fact. Reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 20, Lord Vishnu's appearance in the sacrificial arena of Maharaj Prithu, of the covering texts 23 and 24. 23. Prithiruvacha Varam Vivottu Varase Saradat Buddhaho Ghatam Prinitya Guna Vikriyatmanam Yena Rakannam Apishanti Dehinam Tan Isha Kaivalyapate Vrinenacha. Synonyms. Prithiruvacha. Prithu Maharaj said, Varam, benedictions, Vibhu, my dear Supreme Lord, Tvat, from you, Varada Ishvarat, from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the highest of the bestowers of benedictions, Buddha, a learned person, Katam, how, Vrinite, could ask for, Guna Vikriya, bewildered by the modes of material nature, Atmanam, of the living entities, Ye, which, Narakanam, of the living entities living in hell, Api, also, Santi, exists, Dehinam, of the embodied, Tan, all those, Isha, O Supreme Lord, Kevalya Pate, O bestower of merging in the existence of the Lord, Brne, I ask for, Na, not, Cha, also. Translation in purple by His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. My dear Lord, you are the best of the demigods who can offer benedictions. Why, therefore, should any learned person ask you for benedictions meant for living entities bewildered by the modes of nature? Such benedictions are available automatically when in the lives of living entities suffering in hellish condition. My dear Lord, you can certainly bestow margin into your existence, but I do not wish to have such benediction. Purport. There are different kinds of benedictions according to a person's demands. For karmis, the best benediction is promotion to the higher planetary systems, where the duration of life is very long and the standard of living and happiness is very high. There are others, namely Gyanis and Yogis, who want the benediction of merging into the existence of the Lord. This is called Kaivalya. The Lord is therefore addressed as Kaivalya Pati, the master or Lord of the benediction known as Kaivalya. But devotees receive a different type of benediction from the Lord. Devotees are anxious neither for the heavenly planets nor for merging into the existence of the Lord. According to devotees, Kaivalya, or merging into the existence of the Lord, is considered as good as hell. The word Naraka means hell. Similarly, everyone who exists in this material world is called Naraka, because this material existence itself is known as a hellish condition of life. Prithu Maharaj, however, expressed that he was interested neither in the benediction desired by the karmis nor that desired by the yanis or yogis. Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Prabhu, a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya, described that Kaivalya is no better than the hellish condition of life. And as for the delights of the heavenly planets, they are factually will-o'-the-wisp, or phantasmagoria. They are not wanted by devotees. Devotees do not even care for the position held by Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva, nor does a devotee desire to be equal with Lord Vishnu. As a pure devotee of the Lord, Prithu Maharaj made his position very clear. Text 24. Nakamayena tatat api aham bhagavachin nayatra yushmat charanam bhujasa vaham mahamantar hridaya namukta chuttu vidasvakarna yutam eshamivadahom. Synonyms: na, not. Kamayen, do I desire. Nata, O master. That, api, even. Aham, I. Kvachit, at any time. Nam, not. Yatra, where. Yasmat, your. Charanam bhujam, of the lotus feet. Ashavaham, the nectarian beverage. Mahatatama, of the great devotees. Antaha hridayat, from the core of the heart. Mukha, from the mouth. Chutaham, being delivered. Vedatsva, give. Karna, ears. Ayitam, 1,000,000. Yeshah, this. Me, mine. Varaha, benediction. Translation. My dear Lord, I therefore do not wish to have the benediction of merging into your existence, a benediction in which there is no existence of the nectarian beverage of your lotus feet. I want the benediction at least 1,000,000 years, for thus I may be able to hear about the glories of your lotus feet from the mouths of your pure devotees. Purport. In the previous verse, Maharaj Prithu addressed the Lord as Kaivalyapati, the master of the liberation of merging into his existence. This does not mean that he was anxious from Kaivalya liberation. That is made clear in this verse. My dear Lord, I do not want such a benediction. Maharaj Prithu wanted to have 1,000,000 ears to hear the glories of the Lord, of the lotus feet of the Lord. He specifically mentioned that the glories of the Lord should emanate from the mouths of pure devotees who speak from the cores of their hearts. It is stated in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, text 3. Sukha Mukhad Amritad Rava Samyutam. The nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam became more relishable because it emanated from the mouth of Srila Sukadeva Goswami. One might think that these glories of the Lord can be heard from anywhere, from the mouths of either devotees or non-devotees. But here it is specifically mentioned that the glories of the Lord must emanate from the mouths of pure devotees. Sri Sanatana Goswami has strictly prohibited hearing from the mouth of a non-devotee. There are many professional reciters of Srimad Bhagavatam who speak the narrations very ornamentally. But a pure devotee does not like to hear from them, because such glorification of the Lord is simply a vibration of material sound. But when heard from the mouth of a pure devotee, glorification of the Lord is immediately effective. The words Satam, Prasangan, Mama, Virya, Samvida, Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 25, text 25, mean the glorification of the Lord is potent when uttered from the mouth of a pure devotee. Excuse me. From a pure devotee. The Lord has innumerable devotees all over the universe, and they have been glorifying the Lord since time immemorial and for an unlimited time. But still, they cannot completely finish enumerating the glories of the Lord. Prithvi Maharaj therefore wanted innumerable ears, as Rupa Goswami also described, to have millions of ears and millions of tongues to chant and hear the glorification of the Lord. In other words, if our ears are always engaged in hearing the glorification of the Lord, there will be no scope for hearing the Mayavada philosophy, which is doomed to spiritual progress. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that if one hears from a Mayavadi philosopher preaching about the activities of the Lord, even if it is a description from the Vedic literature, he is ultimately doomed. By hearing such Mayavada philosophy, one cannot come to the destination of the spiritual perfection of life. Om Jnanati Mirandasya Gnananjana Salakaya Chakcharamanitam Jnana Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Nidanjana. Srimattam Ram 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 Hari Hari. So the great sage Maitreya narrates, we've been reading that how Lord Vishnu, pleased with King Prithu's 99 horse sacrifices, appeared alongside Indra, and Lord Vishnu urged Prithu Maharaj to forgive Indra for disrupting his final sacrifice. So he indicates that true intelligence lies in benevolence and detachment from bodily identification, emphasizing that a devotee should transcend material influence through devotion. The Lord Vishnu explained that a soul is pure, eternal, and unaffected by material nature when absorbed in love and service to Him. So again, it is only when that purity, when cleansing, is able to accept the constitutional position and understand what the connection and ultimate and dharma is according to the Lord. He instructed Prithu Maharaj to rule with equanimity, protecting citizens per scriptural guidance. So here the Lord confirms Shastra Sadhu and Guru. A righteous king cares for the well-being of his people, and he gets some benefit from that, while neglectful rulers suffer their sins. So then, pleased with the Prithu Maharaj's character, Lord Vishnu offered him any boon. While Prithu Maharaj humbly accepted his instructions, Indra, ashamed of his actions, sought forgiveness. We can further say that the humility of Maharaj Prithu, when he embraced Indra, letting go of resentment. And this is a very important lesson. How many times we have been in situations where we probably worked hard at something, but because of someone else, we did not get the desired success. We get upset, and we probably do not want to associate with that person or even think of a way to get even. Two wrongs don't make one right. Having said so, that also doesn't mean that we do not have the right to get upset. Of course we do. And we have the right to move on. But see what happened next as Maharaj Prithu keeps worshiping the Lord. His devotion actually deepened to such extent that as Lord Vishnu was preparing to leave, his affection for Prithu Maharaj kept him present. So, overcome with devotion, Prithvi Maharaj could neither see nor speak clearly, but stood with folded hands, offering the heartfelt prayers. And again, it's their word repeating. My dear Lord, you are the best of my gods who can offer benedictions. Why, therefore, should any learned person ask you for benedictions meant for living entities bewildered by the modes of nature? So such benedictions are available automatically, even in the lives of living entities suffering in hellish conditions. My dear Lord, you can certainly bestow merging into existence, but I do not wish to have such benediction. And Srila Prabhupada nicely confirms that devotees are anxious neither for the heavenly planets nor for merging into the existence of the Lord. The real goal of a devotee is Krishna Prema, love of God, and the only desire is to serve the Lord under any circumstances and anywhere. When the devotee is established in such bhakti yoga, then the service of the Lord is unmotivated, uninterrupted, unlimited. Asking benedictions to demigods for our personal satisfaction that does not have Krishna in the center is not bhakti. It is not out of love. It is the motivation. And if the motivation is uh, conditional, if then we are not rendering service, but we are trying to merely conduct business. So Prithvi Maharaj then says, my Lord, I therefore do not wish to have the benediction of merging into your existence, a benediction which is there, is not existent of the nectarian beverage of your lotus feet. I want the benediction of at least 1 million years, for thus I may be able to hear about the glories of your lotus feet from the mouths of your pure devotees. So listening to Srimad Bhagavatam from a bona fide source is crucial for spiritual advancement because it ensures that the message is received in its pure, unalterated form as intended by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and transmitted through the Guru Parampara, or disciplic succession. And we recite every time before we read Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Nasta prayesha bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati yutamashloke bhakti bhavati naistiki. So all that is trouble to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is spread with transcendental song, is completely is established by the irrevocable fact. So when does that happen? When we regularly attend classes in Bhagavatam, when we're serving, when we read rendering service to Srimad Bhagavatam. So fully understanding these words will have a cleansing effect in our heart. How can we love Krishna if we do not know Krishna, if we do not hear or listen about Krishna? Rukmini Devi fell in love with Krishna not because she saw a picture of Krishna, but because she heard so many things about him. And Srimad Bhagavatam is not an ordinary scripture. It is transcendental literature that will help us understand how to act according to the constitutional relationship with Krishna. Sambandha refers to establishing our original relationship with Krishna. And and then we have what? So we have Sambandha, Videya, and Prayojana. So Sambandha, again, is our relationship with Krishna. Avideya is the way we are acting according to that constitutional relationship. And Prayojana, the ultimate God of life, which is again the love of Godhead, Krishna Prema. So Lord Vishnu emphasizes to Prithvi Maharaj the importance of following the guidance of learned brahmanas and authorities who receive knowledge through disciplic succession, so that the original intent and potency of Bhagavatam remains intact. And the acharyas in the line of succession, such as Srila Prabhupada, very carefully translated and explained descriptions in a way that is in line with those teachings. So again, by regularly hearing and serving Bhagavatam from a genuine source, our material contamination can be removed, giving us an opportunity to develop love for Krishna. I will stop here. Thank you for the opportunity to serve Srimad Bhagavatam this morning. My Guru Maharaj, and kindly forgive for any shortcomings.